www.oglskradio.com, broadcasting from the east side of Los Angeles, worldwide. Platformcollection.com. Special guest tonight. We'll be chopping it up. Go ahead and introduce yourselves individually first.
Eddie. Yeah,
Eddie. Nah, man, you gotta have like a dope ass hip hop name or some shit.
Yo, it's funny because he's not like the hip hop dude.
Yes.
And me and Parker were like, I want to hear what this motherfucker's about to say right now. Like, yo, what up? It's Eddie.
I already got questions, dog. Shit.
Yeah. Chris Reyes. I go by Kill C Ray as an artist.
My name is Parker Addison, the mighty infamous Parker Addison.
Okay, Eddie, you're not the hip hop guy. What's your involvement with this? What we're doing today, or how's it going? I don't know, man. Like,
well, just I've been part of Platform Collection, and even before that, just being involved and being part of some of the investment, ownership, and partners, and
he's downplaying it, dude. Like, Eddie's literally nothing moves without him because he controls the calendar, he controls the bookings, he oversees the network. When we go on tour, he tours with us as like a tour manager.
So if not the hip hop guy, why hip hop?
It's just I love the culture, man. I love the feeling that I get when I listen to the music. So it's just part of it. I mean, to be honest, even some of the music I don't even understand or know what's happening. Yeah. But I love it, man.
What would be something you don't understand? Like, don't give me an artist name or something. But like what are they doing? Just
I
delivery
guess,
style. The way
just the delivery of it. Yeah, words skip and I just don't get them
the whole thing.
Yeah. So, but I love it, man. It's just, it feels good that I feel I'm in the right place.
What is Platform Collection? What is it, or how did it start?
So it started. I guess it started with like the initial podcast, which was Crappy Awesome, and we wanted at the time Crappy Awesome. Well, as we were doing Crappy Awesome, myself and the co-host at the time, Arash, Eddie, were also working production for the Cypher Effect. Okay. So that was kind of like the first time we got introduced to like. Which would later become like our normal scene now. You know what I mean? Like, now it's just these are the artists that are there now. But that we caught a lot of artists very early on, so we got to see them. We started having relationships with these artists, and like when the Cypher Effect, like, we just basically decided to go a different direction. Like, we knew what the Cypher Effect was, but it wasn't necessarily what we wanted to do. So. We decided to just like go really heavy into the scene and like really try to meet artists that were really doing things. And the whole basis behind Platform Collection was that we wanted it to be as personal as possible. So we started off, like, the first thing we did is we created a show called Pros, which was like a one-take performance scene, but in the artist's like most personal places. So early on, we were going into the homes of artists. That, like, really, really early on. Like,
and you guys were doing like 2-hour interviews, though.
Yeah, 2-hour interviews, like 3 a day sometimes.
How long ago were we talking about when it started?
It's been about 6 years now.
Yeah, about 6 years when Platform Collection started.
Yeah, the first things we shot, basically the first things we shot with the Cypher Effect, we had already been on a year, and then like the first one you can see what we shot was the first one in San Diego. We brought the Cypher Effect down to San Diego, and then we helped like take it into the IE, where Noah James and all those early ones were the ones that we shot.
Yeah, because I run into you guys at shows out here, and I always thought you guys were from out here.
Everybody did, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, everybody.
So let it be known where you guys are
I'm from San Diego. Eddie was born in LA and then moved to San Diego.
Yeah, but you're running the operations coming out of San
Diego. Most
everything.
of the time, yeah.
Why in LA so much if if you're based in San Diego?
Oh, because initially Platform Collection wasn't the plan. Like, initially we were up here just as artists, right? And so we were like some of the lucky few from San Diego that consistently got booked in San Diego. So, in LA. So we were consistent, like myself, Rick Scales, Kali, like we were all getting booked out here a lot. So when Platform Collection just kind of organically happened, the artists that we were already dealing with were LA. Those were our peers. You know what I mean? Those are the people that we were on records with already. And in San Diego, it was always something like the scene that I saw here was like something that I wanted in San Diego because it wasn't there yet. San Diego's like a traveler's city.
Yeah.
So building a scene is really hard because people don't stay; they pass through. So in San Diego, normally as a hip hop artist, it used to be you worked on your craft, you got good enough to do shows in San Diego, and then you immediately left LA.
Yeah.
Now it's not like that anymore. With us being from San Diego, what we've been able to do is bring artists from LA to San Diego, and now I feel like the scene up here is just kind of like encompass San Diego now.
Yeah,
you know? It's like
pretty
a
much.
normal scene. It's a normal stop for artists now.
Definitely. Yeah, because even the whole tour thing changed.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it added another something more south.
I say it though too. There's really no central LA for hip hop
Right.
booking like consistent. You
Right.
know what I mean? And
Yeah,
that's crazy that like San Diego's, Santa Ana,
Yeah.
like, all these other cities like stepped up. Like people do tours. You know what I mean? They're not even stopping. It's crazy.
No, yeah, it was real interesting to see like some of the like we would tell people because what would happen initially is guys from LA would go down to San Diego, and where they would stop is in northern San Diego. And if you're familiar with San Diego, it's huge. So there's literally northern San Diego and like a 50-mile break, and then central San Diego. So they were missing it for a long time. And now, like, it's on the list. Like, now they come all the way down to San Diego, and that's helped a lot, you know?
What are the shows that are on Platform Collection that you have right now?
So there's a lot. I know one of you, somebody's breaking a list out, right?
Yeah.
Like somebody, Beardo.
I get a list.
But off the top of my head, Felipe's Garage with Murs and Cookbook, the 2Mex Hologram podcast, Cookbook's Really Though,
The Clements.
The Clements Show, Orchestrated with Noah James and Lisa J.
Really though. Did you get really though?
Really Though, and I always joke to them, and no, I still admit I don't listen to all the shows. And who else? Am
I think
missing
that's
anybody
it,
else?
man. Yeah.
How did the
60 East, Life on the Road with 60 East. Yeah.
How did the Clements one come about? Because Texas, right? Texas.
Yeah, he was working with
Cookbook.
on like some projects, and we just got to talking. He presented the idea. He had a really dope idea. We knew that Texas is a stop for a lot of the artists that we fuck with, so I thought like we need to have that representation. And if anything, what it did is like make Clements a contact person for all the people in the scene here.
Yeah.
And he's an artist himself. Almost
Dope artist, yeah,
everybody
yeah,
on Platform Collection is an artist.
That's the thing too, is the platform is that for the artist.
Right.
Are you looking for more shows to be booked on there? Can people hit you guys up?
Yeah.
And what would you be looking for if you're looking?
Right now, it's just in original content. You know what I mean? Like, we get presented shows all the time, and one of the issues early on that we found is if you have to have like a consistent release, right?
Yeah.
So you know that it's got to be a consistent release. People think, and I'm sure like there's a bunch of people in here who can relate to this. People think that's a lot easier than it is. Like consistency is the hardest thing to do, and it's why, like today, like these are 3 shows. These are the 3 shows. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's for a reason, not necessarily like we can't. Talent can be debated, but work can't. You know what I mean? So being consistent all the time, that's the first thing. And like I talked to you a little bit about it before the show. I would for sure don't think you're not experienced enough. If you're like, yo, I'm good at this, I can talk, I can make people laugh, hit us up, because I'd rather have somebody who's less experienced and more driven than somebody who feels like they already know it all. Then you probably don't need us. You know what I mean?
Well, why do you do it?
Like Platform Collection or the podcast?
Platform. Why?
For me, I think it's kind of like I feel like the more people I've talked to, you know, like B-side shows in the house, like we've had that same conversation. It's usually based off of people who do it this long. It's usually based off of you wanting to see something that you wish you had, like early on. You know what I mean? Like, or whatever. Like, I wish like coming up as an artist, I had a platform collection. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I wish I had that, where like we try to be as fair as possible. You know what I mean? Like we do less judging on what the music is and more reporting on what's happening. Like this song, you might not be into this song, but this song exists and people love it, you know, for some reason.
Hold up. Let drop the music real quick, Drastic. We got at Nick Drastic holding down the turntable. I need you to spit something because you're talking really well. You're very eloquent, but people might not know that you're an MC, dog.
Oh man.
So drop something right now.
Are you
on the spot?
gonna, what, nothing?
Acapella. I want acapella. Yeah.
Let's see. Welcome to tomorrow. I've already forgot ya. Sitting in the middle of it all and I can't spot ya. Homie, this is opera. Classical sonata. Break you something proper. Motherfuck your kata. You got a shitty dojo? I do this for the cocoa. I do this for the people in the struggle who got hope though. Good enough?
OGSKRadio.com, platform collection. Yeah, we definitely. I just go ahead and put the music back up, Drastic. Because I knew you. I saw you perform before I even knew that you were with the podcast. I was like,
Right.
This was dope. And I was like, man, what are you doing, dog? Why are you doing a podcast, dog? You need to be ripping mics, dog. You know. So that's why I had to make sure that the people out there watching this interview know that. You know.
Yeah.
Get that. So if right now, me being the devil's advocate that I am,
Sure.
the podcast blows up or your MCing career blows up, which do you pick?
Well, the thing is,
I think both can be done.
yeah.
He has to answer, man.
Yeah.
Man. That's the angel on your shoulder.
Yeah, that's the businessman. He's like, that's two
Nah, you
paychecks.
motherfucker better not throw it under the table, dog.
No, but honestly, I feel like Crappy Awesome has always been part of the story of Crappy Awesome. If you follow it from the beginning, it really is like mine and Arash's story. Like it's our journey through this shit. Like we brought people into like that scene where people really didn't know what it was even like. You know, like there's people we've had people cry on the show. We've had like older artists like talk about like their wife getting cancer and like the whole room is like in tears. Like are people just like really finding out who they are? And that kind of shit to me, like I need that as an artist. So to me, it's like, dude, Crappy Awesome has literally been artist college. Like for me, it's been college. I can ask anything and they answer. That's fucking awesome. So like, I think I can't stop it at this point because for me, like I know what it does for other people that I've gotten to talk to. And I know it can save somebody a lot of time. If you can hear your favorite artist say, this is exactly how I did it, it'll help you figure out whether or not that's what you really want to do, you know?
Any compromise along the way? Have you had to compromise anything?
Yeah, I think the only thing that I feel like we really have to compromise, you know what, we talked a little bit about it before, but I'm thinking now too, there's been like, I was thinking about Eddie. Like Eddie just had his second child, so like really for us it's been family
events. Yeah, family events are the
like,
biggest. Yeah,
dude, I've missed more birthdays than you can fucking imagine. This shit has to be seen as a job, or there's not a point in doing it. You know what I mean? For us, you know.
Just even that you guys bring that up, that more than anything, you know what I mean? That you're dedicating your time to do that. You know, the success I say I got interviewed and I told him is like when your family backs you, that helps you even be more successful. You know what I mean? When they're like, damn, man, that's what my dad does, that's what my uncle does, whatever. But when they're behind you and as your kids get older, then that's the payoff, you know?
Dude, like one of the things, and I know you're a dad, like you can relate to this, like one of the things I did not have growing up was an example that I could touch of, oh, that's success. I had a dream of success. I had to be like, I have family members who worked hard and whatever, but we were not like people who had a major success growing up. So what me and Eddie were saying, like, even for like, I think about like his kids, they're like my nephews, like we can give them a direct example that so when they grow up, they don't even have like a no. They're like, yeah, this is what we do. We make dope shit and we're always cracking. Everything we do is dope. Because how do I know? Because that's what Dad did. That's what fucking Theo Chris did. You know what I mean? Like that. I think that's like to me. But saying that, like, yeah, we've missed out on family shit a lot.
Straight up.
You know?
Do you agree with all the views that are expressed on all your shows?
No.
Nah.
No, I don't think we have.
How about censorship? You guys censor anything?
No.
No, not
Like,
at all?
well, I'm gonna take that back. Because we've had like an issue in the past, and one of the things that we definitely don't do is like if you attack a group of people. Like I mean, it's fucking 2018, bro. Like,
Yeah.
come on. Like, if it becomes an issue, then yeah, like we'll kick a show off. But I mean, luckily we have a lot of people who have different views, but they all seem so far trying to be very fair.
Are you a hip hop platform or just a platform?
I think that essentially we're a hip hop platform, right? But for instance, we have like these new series starting, and we want to start taking people into like the lifestyle of the artist, is like without just the music, right? So I feel like it's definitely a lifestyle website with its heart in hip hop. You know what I mean? Because we'll have like Zay on. Zay's not necessarily hip hop. You know what I mean?
You can't say that.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like, Zay was like, she worked with us very early in her career, and like, she, but to me, like,
I see
part
that
of this-
transitioning too at live shows too, though.
Yeah.
Like before that, she was like unacceptable.
unacceptable.
Oh, yeah.
And now it's like,
Like
you'll see 3 or 4 like
talented.
singers,
Yeah,
right?
talented.
Yeah.
Talent, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's the difference. It's just that the talent level went up. So
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think that we were like hating before. It was just, it wasn't there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they weren't really experimenting. And an artist like Zay is like fearless. You know what I mean? So like, nah, I can't say it's 100% hip hop, but everything on there is related to hip hop. Whether if we're doing the news, we're doing it from people who grew up loving hip hop. So it's from that perspective, you know?
Any gangster rap? How about gangster rap? Any gangster rap, Chicano rap shows? Anything?
Oh, you know what? Chicano, yeah, I mean, we've King Little G's on the show. Like we cover his content. There's a few here, but it's less, like, to us, like Platform Collection is less about like a scene necessarily. It's more about a feel. So there'll be like Noah James doesn't sound anything like Reverie.
Yeah.
But if you know how that makes sense, why they work together, and I think you can find a lot of those answers through Platform Collection. You know?
So is it strictly positive? I mean, you got a positive platform?
Yeah, I think so. I think, like, I don't really like, no, like, if I don't like the music, I don't know it. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know it to hate it, because I don't listen to it. And in this job, like, as much music as we listen to, like, I only have time at this point to listen to music I like. So everything we post, we like. If I don't like it, I'm just not gonna post it. You know what I mean? It's not for you. You know?
OJSKRadio.com, PlatformCollection.com. Any shout outs before we cut out?
Fresh
You
state.
talk so much.
Nah. Fresh state all day. Rick Scales, 18 Scales.
You don't want to rap, man?
You want to rap?
Yeah,
I think you should rap.
Throw 'em out there.
Just
we
leave
gonna-
that beat on.
Huh?
Catch that shit.
Give me
Yeah,
one
yeah,
second.
yeah.
Give me 1 second.